Hey everyone, it's Vicky Wright, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator, Australia. I'm a little bit early, so I'll just wait for a couple of minutes, or a couple of minutes, not too long, and then we'll get going. Hopefully the light is okay here. I'm at the window with the lights on, but it is a little bit overcast, so it's probably not the best day to do videos or lives, but we'll see what happens. I'm just trying to sort of set up, and I'll just want to turn this off so okie dokie. I think I've got the sound off now, so we should be right to go. I just want to make sure that I'm okay to go. Okay, so today I thought we'd play with our decorative masks, which is this is the one I'm going to use. You get 4 in a pack, and they're on page 146, and this is the basic pattern decorative masks here. You get the 4 different ones, but I'm just going to use one of them, and we're going to do a little bit of sponging and a little bit of masking, and we're also going to be playing with the lovely new stamp set, Tasteful Touches. That's our Tasteful Touches. Could be used for male or female, along with the Tasteful labels, dies. Now these Tasteful labels have all different size labels. Fantastic for cards, even scrapbooking. So I'm doing a scrapbooking page this week for our Scrapping on the Go club, and I'll be using these a lot, so I can't wait to play with those. So that's those, and we're going to be making this card, which I'm quite happy with. When I started it, I didn't know how it would turn out, but I'm quite happy with it. But I've changed the colours, so we're not going to be using those colours. We're going to be using Rococo Rose, Smokey Slate, and Petal Pink. That looks a little bit like So Saffron, but it is Petal Pink. And I've taken the colours from the DSP in Good Taste, which is the DSP that matches the stamp set. It's the suite in the catalogue. So I've taken Smokey Slate, Rococo Rose, and Petal Pink. Okie dokie. So let's get on with it. It's 10 o'clock, yeah. So I apologise in advance if I don't comment. I will answer any questions and comment afterward, because I sort of get a bit carried away with what I'm doing. I'm not very smart. I can't do a couple of things at once like other people. So what we're going to do is, I've already pre-cut my cardstock. So we're just going to grab our smallest piece of Whisper White. I'm going to grab some sticky tape, but you can use washi tape if you like. And I'm going to put this to the wrong side of our mask. Okay, so we're just gonna even it out just nicely and just put some sticky tape. Now the sticky tape, when you take it off, it may rip the back of your cardstock a little bit, but that's okay, because you're not going to see the back. And that's a bit crooked. So let's see how we go. And that's still crooked. I thought I had it lined up perfectly, but... And that's crooked too. What am I doing? That looks pretty straight now, but let's see if it is straight. Seem to be crooked. Oh, that's really crooked. What have I done? Maybe I've cut the cardstock wrong. Looks pretty straight. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is grab my sponge, and I think we might go with the Smokey Slate. So I don't know how this is going to work, but let's try it. So all I'm doing is tapping my ink pad just very, very lightly, and I'm going to come over and starting off the cardstock onto my graph paper. Small circular motions. I like to start light and work the depth in. That way at least I can work it in. Start dark, you can't take the colour away. Now another way you could do this is with your brayers. Probably only take a couple of minutes, but I enjoy the sponging. I find it relaxing. So that's all we're going to do. I'm still starting off the mask and bringing it over. I'm not lifting it, the sponge, as I come on to. I've seen some start off and then lift. You're still going to get that big blob if you do it that way. So as I said, I'm not too sure how this is going to work or if it will work, but we can only play, eh? And I think that's about all I'm going to do. One more for good measure. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Close that up. Take that away just very gently because you don't want to rip your mask at the same time. Move that out of the way. And what we're going to do is remove this tape. It did rip a little bit, but that's okay. As I said, you're not going to see that. So I'm not too phased. And that is our sponging. I'm quite happy with that actually. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stick that piece to, I've stuck with Whisper White. So we're just going to add a little bit of glue to the back of our masked piece. Put it onto our Whisper White mat, just like that. I like to use glue because I find it a little bit more forgiving and I can move it around until I'm happy. Then we're going to put that onto a piece of Whisper White, and I think we might pop it up. So actually before we do that, no, we'll pop it up because I don't know what base card I'm going to use yet. Just going to put a couple on the back. 1, 2. Take the little sticky lids off. I should have my tool for this, but that's okay. I seem to be a bit faster with my fingers. So we're just going to put that in the middle like that. One of the reasons I like to use graph paper is so I know I'm lining it up straight, just like that. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our flower, and I think I might stamp it in Petal Pink. And if that doesn't work, we can always try another colour. But I think Petal Pink will be okay. Nice. Close this up, and what I'm going to do is fussy cut this. If I had been more organised, I would have had this done, but that's all right. And when I fussy cut, I tend to move my paper more so than the scissors. You'll get a cleaner cut if you do it this way. And you don't have to be too precise. I like to leave a little white border around the edge. Everyone's a little bit different. I've gone a little bit close there, but that's okay. Hey Jenny, how are you? Thanks for joining me. I hope you've been crafting. And then that is my flower. And silly me, I've stuck this on before I stamped it. But you know what we might do? We may use the feather. That way we can get around it. So where's my feather? Can only try these things. Oh, that's a nice colour. I like that. That's the Rococo Rose. And again, we're just going to fussy cut this. These images are quite easy to cut. Hey Faith, how are you? Good to see you join this morning. So all I'm doing is moving the paper instead of my scissors. And I'm just following little bits of the outline of the feather. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, and again you've probably noticed that I have left a little bit of a border, which that's my preferred way of cutting. Everyone's a little bit different. Okay, so that's our feather. I like that colour. So we'll just put that like that. I think the feather will look okay. Now what I've done is I stamped the sentiment onto a piece of Whisper White using Rococo Rose, and we're going to stick that just like that. So that will be our card. I think that's looking okay. Now, I've got 2 card bases. That's one. I quite like that. And then I've got the Rococo. Oh, I like that too. What do you think? What's your favourite? Hey Sharon, how are you? How you feeling? What's your favourite? I don't know what to do now. I've confused myself. I've put myself into a corner. So that's the Petal Pink. And that is the Smokey Slate. I'm going to go for the Petal Pink, I think. Because that way it won't make this look so out there in your face. So what we're going to do, just like that, put a little bit of Rose, I think I saw you before too. How are you? I hope you're going okay. So here we go. We're just going to stick that down like that. Nice and even. And we're going to pop up our flower. Pop our flower up. 2, 3 will do. Now, before I pop this up, I'm also, because I've got the sponged panel popped up, I'm actually going to put another one on here because it will then make it all nice and even. And that should work. Yep. So we'll take off our sticky backs. Pop that up about there like that. Bring that in like that. Now, just a tip, when I die cut my shape, I made sure I had the die over to the right a little bit, because this space here I knew I wanted to make 2. Yeah, good one, Jenny. To pop it under the flower, so that gave me a little bit of space. Okay, so just bear that in mind when you're doing it. So all I'm going to do now, put a little bit of glue on the side that's going to be popped under, and I'm just going to pop that under like that, making sure it's straight. And if you wanted to, you could put a little pop-up dimensional underneath there to give it some stability, but I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, and then I'm going to pop our feather on just like that. And I don't think, let's see, yep, I might put a dimensional on here. Well, I'll have to put 2, won't I, because the panel's popped up, so we need 2. I'm making hard work of this. Okie dokie. So all I'm going to do now is just pop that out there like that, and then I'm going to pop the feather up. Now, because the feather's a little bit higher up at the top, that's okay with me because it looks like it's popping up at the top, blowing in the wind, I'll say. Now, that's all I'm going to do. Now, to finish it off, we're going to add some little bit of bling. You've got to have bling. And we are going to, instead of just having the clear, I think we might have the Rococo Rose. Oh, I'll colour both in to see what happens. Now I'm just colouring these in with the dark Stampin' blend, Rococo Rose. Yeah, I'll have the Rococo Rose. The Rococo Rose, the dark ones, because I just find sometimes the light ones are just that little bit too light. Oh God, more fingers this morning. Woohoo, you're not going to know yourself, Sharon. New kitchen, yahoo. And I might put the other one about there. What do you think? And that is our card. But of course, you've got to have a matchy-matchy inside. So I'm going to stamp the flower in Rococo Rose. So we'll go the opposite. Just like that. And of course we've got to have a matchy-matchy envelope. Just like that. And we might do the flap too. Only because we can. Close that up. Stamp. Stick this to the inside. And just push that down so it sticks. And that is our card. I quite like the feather action. I'm liking the colours. And as Jenny said, yes, I could do 2 cards. So that was our card. Yeah, I like this set too, Sharon. Yeah, thank you. So that was our card we've just done. And this is the one that I did yesterday. Can you see that? So next week, I've been quiet on my blog this week. So next week, I'm going to do a product highlight. And it will be all the new in colours. And I will probably do, I want to make this weekly. So I will also be doing a video too. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining me and enjoy your day. See ya. Hooray.